you know who else incensed me? Piers friggin' Morgan. There you are again. Hey, Ben, shame! So Mr. Piers decided that he thought, oh, I've been all right with Meghan lately. I've not gone online and said some shit about her lately. Let me take to the internet to say what I need to say. He said, Meghan posted a picture of Harry and her and their kids, right? Mm-hmm. And he took to online and he said, celebrities that constantly post pics of their kids to promote their parenting credentials, but block faces out like it's block their faces out like this to pretend they care about their privacy makes me chuckle. We see you. That's what he said. Why is it your business? Why are you following her? Why can you see what she's doing? If you don't care about Meghan so much and you don't care about Harry so much, why are you talking on their kids? Yes. And also, they don't even often post pictures of their kids. It's very, very occasionally that they do anything. And why wouldn't they block their faces out? The royal family are not giving Prince Harry no money for security. Right. So what, he should just have the kids out there? And if they showed the kids, Piers Morgan would be online saying, oh, they're using their kids to get ratings or some shit like that. Piers, just sit down. The woman didn't want you. Just chill out.
And also there'll be comments about what they look like, who they look like, you know, whose nose they have, who's and all that kind of stuff. So it makes sense that they would keep their children private, you know.
Yeah. I don't know what Lilibet looks like.
No.
She hasn't really posted her. And I don't know why he's so obsessed.
He is obsessed.
He can't help himself. I was seeing lots of people talking about when she put out that video when she was
in
a hospital getting ready to deliver, and they were like, that's so crass and degrading. Like, look, she's
Keep
a royal.
it to yourself.
Now she's a royal. Now she's a royal, and she should conduct herself in a way. But all the time you're talking about you don't want her to be a royal and you want to take her title away. It's actually annoying how they keep on targeting these two. They can't do anything. I'm not an advocate for her in any way, shape or form, but the hypocrisy is deep. I mean, I had her in the bin recently, so I agree with you. But Piers Morgan, like, seriously, your obsession will be studied in years to come. Because why can you not let it go? She doesn't care about you. He loves her.
He is so in love with Meghan. He's the next one. You see, if Meghan was to go to him and say, Piers, let's lay down. He would come in his pants.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I didn't like Harry.
That's what he's doing.
He'll document it, everything.
I knew Meghan. He'd go online. I knew Meghan loved me.
Yeah.
Like, twat.
He'd have his chest open and be like,
I'll show you what a real man is.
All of that aside, is there anything to be said about people who do share pictures of people that they don't want to show? We talk about people showing their partners and putting a sticky face over their partner, because then why share the picture?
To flex that you got a man. That's the only reason why people do that, isn't it?
Is there any kind of... Then don't post. This is not about... It's not about the obsession.
Honestly, I think it is folly.
Yeah.
I think it is folly when people do it. Just don't
with their
post.
man.
I agree.
And children, though.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you don't post it. Like, I actually do think that... I understand why you wouldn't want to post pictures of your children. Yeah. We know what's out there. It doesn't really make sense to me. I feel like just don't post pictures of the kids. I can't stand the star on the face and the smiley face. It just,
I know enough people, and I think I know people who I know who actually do that. And I say I see it and I get it, but I think there's something, because it's the same, because I do cast people picture of their man's face or girl's face, like...
I think it's up to the person.
No, of course.
With children, like, okay, when people do it with their man, I'm a bit like, really? But okay, fine, I understand it. Like, if they really don't want their partner to be known, but they want to post the experience that they've been going through, because this is it, like Instagram, why is anybody posting? You're posting your life experiences, right? Indeed. So if you're posting your life experiences, maybe you can feel like that I don't have the right to post my child at this present time. Yeah. If my child is older and decides, Mummy, it's okay, post me, my daughter would be on Instagram every day if I let her.
I just feel like in most people's lives there's so much more going on surely than just with the kids. So like, you know, if you are a couple, you can show yourself doing other things, or I don't know, I just don't get it. And maybe because I'm curious to sort of see what the children look like, or just want to see the kids' face. But I do, you know, so I think I do think it's fair. I think it's fair. Like, it's like you want to show your world.
But you don't want to show them, so don't show them.
I think it's not aesthetically pleasing. That's my thing.
Yeah, that's good.
It just takes away from the mise-en-scène.
I think that's right. It does. I think seeing like the back of their heads probably feels a bit better.
I do prefer that.
Like a slight blur.
I don't mind that. Like, you know, if they're holding the baby and all you're seeing is their back. It's
there are a
when
lot of people
they're
that do
posing and then they put the sun.
It's like a big
Bang.
What I will say,
do the next picture.
What I will say, Meghan and Harry, they tend to do the opposite.
They do the hidden.
They don't tend to do the star or the part in the face. It is usually the hidden, like the back, that sort of thing, and you don't see the kids. That's what they say.
It's the weird performance of what we are doing. And as you said, why is anyone on Instagram? It's that weird thing of it's my personal joyful moment, but I want the world to care about this personal joyful moment. But it's a personal joyful moment. Why do you want the world to care? And it's this relationship we have with social media.
But I do think as well, like they have to make money, so there's that also. The children are interesting. So how far can we go? Do you know what I mean?
And we're all talking about it right now.
Exactly.
Talking about it.
Because
it worked. And that was due to Piers. Piers is also an arsehole to follow on. It just came into my head because Piers was out here talking about Greta and calling her a performative Greta Thunberg, who has now been returned after she was kidnapped by Israeli forces. From her ship.
I missed that.
What do you mean you missed that?
All that time she's been gone.
You didn't know about the ship?
All the time she's been gone.
Recently,
she was on the Tortella ship. The ship was intercepted. They took all of the people. Tortella. They were all there. And then now they have deported her back. But she was missing for a few days.
Is she okay?
She is.
They haven't deported all the people back there.
Right. Most of them, I think.
Because they had to sign a document to say that they accepted the deportation and that they had committed something illegal. So there were 8. There were 4 that signed and 8 that didn't, because at the moment, currently as we speak, they're holding an EU member of the EU. They're holding them in isolation because she didn't sign the paper.
Oh wow! To be able to
exactly
be deported.
And then on the comments are going wild. People are like, obviously, if you follow. Certain people are going to say some shit, and the people that are chatting nonsense are like, well, if you come to Israel, that's what you're going to get. And then people are like, but she didn't go to Israel, bruv.
No, they didn't. They didn't actually get there, and they weren't heading there. They were heading to Palestine. So there's all of that. Piers gets on his high horse, and he's like, she's a fake activist.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, who cares about Greta? And you know, we're like,
yeah.
Of all the people to say their activism is performative, the girl that went on a ship at 22 to actually use her celebrity to bring light to the genocide, you're going to call her performative while you sit in your studio chatting shit.
Exactly.
Every day.
You do nothing.
I forgot about that. Well done, because he was. It was actually vile what he said, and he brought a woman on. I forget her name, but he brought a humanitarian and human rights. She's like a lawyer, and she's like exceptional in what she does. He brought her on to talk about it, and she thought she's going on to talk about obviously what's going on in Gaza and stuff. He mentioned this, and then he had her on for 20 minutes, and when she was disagreeing with him and saying no, it's not performative, he was like, okay, well, we're done now. She was like, so hold on, we're not going to talk about Gaza. You just brought me on for this. And he was like, well, you've been on here for 20 minutes, you could have said. And she was like, I answered your questions.
He's a dickhead.
He's a dickhead.
He's a dickhead.
Permanently in the bin, but
Always.
Sometimes he does things and then he seems to crawl out.
Yeah, because sometimes he has a great moment, and then he's back in
Broken clock.
I hate it when I agree with him.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Do you sit there questioning yourself?
Yeah, I do. I just like, how did I get here?